Hi there, welcome along to Love Audio. Just doing a quick test of the Stream Deck, and because I had problems with it yesterday on my live stream, didn't really work. Didn't Every button I pressed had a little exclamation mark by it with a triangle in it. Anyway, I've since updated the software this morning, and obviously restarted the computer from last night. Unplugged it, plugged it back in, all the kind of things that you do to try and test it. So today's just a run through of all the buttons. So on my Stream Deck, I've got the 15 button Stream Deck, and on the top left, I've got the next and preview. So when I do that, it automatically transitions to this particular slide, which has got the overlay on it. If I do the pip, then that's picture in picture. So you've got me in the little window, and then you've got the desktop, which is actually showing my vMix setup. Then you've got my framed, which has got the frame on it, but no logo on it. Then you've just got desktop itself. Okay, let's go back to that one, and then I've got my title, so just my overlay, the video overlay name thing, which is animated. It's got a little bit of sound with it as well, and then that disappears and it takes off the overlay. Then I've got Droid Cam, which is generally my tablet that I've got hooked up to the system. Currently it's not switched on, so obviously there's nothing on the screen. Go back to that one. And then I've got a couple of, I've got A, B, and C on there. So A, B, and C. These are little kind of transition videos. So this one's first. And then it comes back to the main camera. B is a slightly longer one where I do my introduction and then I press this one and then we come back into the actual show. Which is pretty cool. And then C is a slightly different transition. And then comes back to the main shot. This is the bleep button. So that mutes the main audio and puts a bleep in there when the color bars come up. It's like audio. Yeah? So in other words, you can't hear what I'm... If and I very rarely expleet, but if I do, then it's a good idea to press that. Then I've got a subscribe button, which brings up a short animation. Ding the bell. And once that disappears, it takes off the overlay as well. I've got social media that I can bring in. And press the button again and it disappears. Full HD, so that's taking it straight off of the capture card with no framing or anything, just the actual picture itself. And then I've got a zoom button which zooms right in, but obviously it's cutting off the top of my head, so I need to be kind of sat there if I'm going to do the zoom thing. Okay, go back to that one. And then I've got another page then, so I go a page down. This purple one is a page down. It's always on the right hand corner of my setup. Press that. It goes down another page, so you've got fade to black, which not only cuts off the picture but also cuts off the audio as well. Call to action with my Patreon page, and press that again, it goes away. I can mute my audio and then bring it back in again just by releasing the button. I've got an intro. And then it should come back to main camera, which it does. I've got the end credits, which I'm not going to roll because obviously I'll do that at the end. Call to action, my friend built the website for me. That's William at thetechnologyshop.com. So that's his kind of overlay slide, just to give him a little bit of a shout out. Thank you. And then I've got my own website with the call to action. So click the website, loveaudio.co.uk. And then I've got the merch, which is get your merch here, teespring.com. I've got to find a shorter URL for that. I know that. But that's fine. It's quite clear. People can see what it is, which is pretty cool. The jingle of the week feature.
It's the jingle of the week.
And then it cuts back to the main camera with the frame. Sorry about the noise, but I've got the kitchen door open and the washing machine's going. So I've got a snow overlay. It snows like that. I've got a jingle button. That's coming straight off the computer. It's not actually on the vMix setup itself, so I'm having to control the volume of that on the desk. Then I've got the timer countdown, which I won't do obviously because we're right in the middle of something, and otherwise I'd have to fast forward it and that would mess it up. Then I go down another page. I've got multicolored confetti overlay. Now that's quite CPU heavy, and it's already given me a warning CPU overloaded as I do that. But then it disappears again, and your computer's back to normal. I've got the gold and white overlay with the confetti, and again, once that disappears, it's only about 8 seconds long. Once that's disappeared, it takes off the preview. Then I've got a fanfare with, I think it's red, white, and blue confetti. So try this. From Norwich, it's the quiz of the week. It's a TV show that we used to watch as kids. Then I've got the overlay for the live streaming friends page, and that brings in the capture of the messages from that particular page. Obviously, it's not happening now because we're not connected to that page. If I'm doing an interview, I've got a large pip there, so there's me in that window, and then my guest. Oh, sorry, my guest will be in that window there. And I've got a smaller window, so that gives us space to put comments underneath, like that, for instance. So that would come underneath there like that and not interfere with any of the picture. That's pretty cool. That'll disappear in a second or two. 9 seconds or two. And then I've got zoom into host, so that zooms into myself with the name check. And then I've got zoom into guest, wherever the guest might be, or a different camera perhaps, like that. Okay, let's go back to that one. Then on the next page, I've got a couple of things here. So cafe logo, the Love Audio cafe logo I've got. Back to that one. Then I've got the Love Audio cafe.
Love Audio.
And then it cuts back to the main window. And I've got this one. Which is pretty cool. And then on the final page, I've got controls for my Philips Hue lights behind me, so I can turn them on and off like that. Okay, you can see that. I can change the colour: green, purple, pink, orange, white. It's quite nice because it shows all of the CDs behind me as well. But like I say, I can turn that on and off from the button on there, which is pretty cool. So all of those are working. Just remains for me to play the end credits, and thanks for watching today's video.
Love Audio.